Good morning, students. So yesterday we were discussing this activity 13.7, okay, which is the force on a current carrying conductor when it is placed in magnetic field. So any current carrying conductor when it is placed in a magnetic field, it experiences a force. Okay, so if it experiences a force, means it will be displaced from its initial position. Okay, so what is done? Once again we repeat this activity. And aluminium rod, okay, aluminium rod AB is taken. Okay, it should be light so that when it is displaced, it could be, the effect could be seen. So AB is the aluminium rod. Okay, it is suspended from a wire. Okay, and the ends of the wire are connected to a battery, a key, and also a rheostat can be connected. Okay, so AB is an aluminium rod which is suspended by the wires, okay, which are connected in series to a battery and a key. So when the key is inserted, the current will pass through this wire, and through the aluminium conductor it will pass, as the positive terminal is here, so it will pass from B to A. Now how is this rod? This rod is kept horizontal. That is why two wires are there, so that the rod remains horizontal. Now in this figure, how is the rod? The rod is perpendicular to the plane of the board. Okay, this is the rod. Okay, as we cannot draw a three-dimensional figure, so we have drawn like this. But how is the rod? This top is the rod. Okay, now what is done? This rod is placed between the pole pieces of a horseshoe magnet. Okay, so a horseshoe magnet is taken and the rod is placed in between the pole pieces such that the magnetic field is perpendicular to the conductor, perpendicular to this aluminium conductor. Okay, so we know that the magnetic field is from north to south outside. So the direction of the magnetic field is in the plane of the board upwards. So this is the direction of the magnetic field, north to south, and this is the rod through which the current is passed. Okay, so the rod, okay, this is the rod, okay, and the magnetic field is perpendicular upwards. This is the direction of the magnetic field. So you can see here that the current is flowing from B to A. That is from inside the board to outside. This is the direction of the current, and the magnetic field is upward. So the magnetic field and the current carrying conductor both are perpendicular to each other. Okay, as you can see here, the magnetic field is upwards and the current carrying aluminium wire is perpendicular to the plane of the board outwards, and the current is flowing from B to A. So the lower end is the B, this is the plane. Okay, now what happens? This rod, as the key is inserted, that is when the current is passed, this rod is displaced towards left. Okay, this rod gets displaced. Why it gets displaced? Because it is experiencing a force. So we can say that any current carrying conductor, when it is placed in a magnetic field, it experiences a force. So this activity shows that a current carrying conductor, when it is placed in a magnetic field, it experiences a force. So this is the current carrying aluminium rod, aluminium conductor. Magnetic field is upwards. So this rod will be displaced. Now if the direction of the current is reversed, that is positive terminal is connected over here, negative over here. Now the direction of the current will be from A to B. Now this time it is seen that the rod will be displaced in the opposite direction. So the force experienced on the rod on the current carrying conductor will be reversed if the direction of the current is reversed. Okay, so this aluminium current carrying wire, it gets displaced when it is placed in a magnetic field. Okay, and this should be a current carrying aluminium rod. When it is placed in a magnetic field, it experiences a force. Okay, now in this case, as you can see that the current carrying wire is perpendicular to the magnetic field. So in this case, the force experienced by the aluminium rod will be maximum. So whenever the current carrying wire is in perpendicular magnetic field, the force experienced will be maximum. So the force experienced by the current carrying wire will be maximum when it is placed in perpendicular magnetic field. That is, the current carrying wire and the magnetic field should be perpendicular to each other. Like here in this case, you can see that the current carrying wire and the magnetic field both are perpendicular to each other, so the force experienced will be maximum. Okay, now let's read once again the activity. Activity 13.7. Take a small aluminium rod AB, nearly 5 centimeters, using two connecting wires suspended. Okay, so these are the two connecting wires. Using that, we have suspended such that it remains horizontal. Place a strong horseshoe magnet in such a way that the rod lies between the two pole pieces with the magnetic field directed upwards. Okay, so it is placed, this rod is placed between two pole pieces of a strong horseshoe magnet such that the magnetic field is in the upward direction, north to south. Okay, the north is below the rod and the south pole is above the rod. So the magnetic field is in the upward direction. Okay, for this, put the north pole of the magnet vertically below and the south pole vertically above the aluminium rod. Connect the aluminium rod in series with a battery, a key and a rheostat. Okay, so it is connected to a battery, key and also a rheostat can be connected over here. Okay, this is the rheostat. Rheostat is a device which changes the current in the circuit. Okay, so the current can be variable. Okay, so here, okay, so now pass the current to the aluminium rod from B to A, as the negative terminal is here, positive terminal is here, so the current is passing to the rod from B to A. What do you observe? It is observed that the rod is displaced towards the left. Okay, so this rod will be displaced towards left in this case. Reverse the direction of the current flowing through the rod and observe the direction of the displacement. When you reverse the direction of the current, that is when the current flows from A to B, now the rod will be displaced towards right. So the direction of the displacement, or you may say the force experienced by the current carrying conductor, will be reversed when the current in the rod, current in the wire is reversed. Okay, why does the rod get displaced? The displacement of the rod in the above activity suggests that a force is exerted on the current carrying aluminium rod when it is placed in a magnetic field. So this current carrying aluminium conductor is placed in the magnetic field, so it experiences a force. That is why it gets displaced. So any current carrying conductor, when it is placed in a magnetic field, it experiences a force. Due to that force, this rod is displaced. Okay, it also suggests that the direction of the force will be reversed when the direction of the current through the conductor is reversed. So if we change the direction of the current, if we reverse the direction of the current, that is negative connected over here, positive terminal is here, then the direction of the current will be from A to B. Now this time the deflection will be in the opposite direction. That is, the force experienced by this current carrying conductor will be in the opposite direction. Okay, now change the direction of the field to vertically downwards by interchanging the two pole pieces. It is once again seen that the direction of the force acting on the current carrying rod also gets reversed. It shows that the direction of the force of the conductor depends upon the direction of the current and the direction of the magnetic field. Okay, now let the current is flowing in the same direction. Okay, let it is from B to A. North pole is below, south pole is above. You will see that the rod is reflected towards left. Okay, now what do you do? No need to change the direction of the current. Now change the direction of the magnetic field. How can you change the direction of the magnetic field? That is, north pole vertically above, south pole vertically below the wire. So what happens? The direction of the magnetic field is downwards. Now this time you will see that the rod towards right. Okay, in this case B to A, when the current is flowing and the magnetic field is in the upward direction, then the rod is displaced in the left, displaced towards left. Okay, now the current is flowing in the same direction B to A. Okay, but the direction of the magnetic field is made downwards. How can we make it downwards? North pole keeping it here, south pole over here. So you see that now the deflection will be towards right. So the direction of this force experienced, why it is getting displaced? Because it is experiencing the force. So the direction of the force experienced by this current carrying conductor, it is depending upon the direction of the current, and also it is depending upon the direction of the magnetic field. So the force experienced by a current carrying conductor depends. Okay, we are only considering the direction. The direction of the force experienced by the current carrying conductor depends upon the direction of the current and also depends upon the direction of the magnetic field. Okay, experiments have shown that the displacement of the rod is largest or the magnitude of the force is highest when the direction of the current is at right angles to the direction of the magnetic field. In such a condition, we can use a simple rule to find out the direction of the force on the conductor. Okay, so a number of experiments were done and it was seen that when the current carrying conductor and the magnetic field are perpendicular to each other, then the force experienced is maximum. Okay, so the magnitude of the force will be maximum when the current carrying conductor and the magnetic field are perpendicular to each other. Okay, so here the force, the magnitude of the force, it depends upon the magnitude of the force which is experienced by this current carrying conductor. Okay, it depends upon the current. Increase the current with the help of rheostat, you will see that now it will be displaced more. That is, the force experienced will be more. So the force is directly proportional to the current flowing through the conductor. Okay. Also, it is directly proportional to the length of the conductor. More the length of the conductor, more force will be experienced. So force is directly proportional to the length of the conductor, and also it is depending upon the magnetic field. Stronger the magnetic field, more force it will experience, more it will be deflected. So it is depending upon the magnetic field also. And how can you make the magnetic field stronger? By taking a strong positive magnet, okay, or by taking a stronger magnet. So force is also directly proportional to the magnetic field. So the force experienced, the magnitude of the force experienced by the current carrying conductor which is placed in the magnetic field, it is depending upon these three factors. The first one is directly proportional to the current. The second one is directly proportional to the length of the conductor, and the third is directly proportional to the strength of the magnetic field, or it depends upon the magnetic field. Okay, so the force experienced is depending upon these three factors. Now comes the direction. The direction of this force can be determined by using a very simple rule which was given by Fleming. Okay, and this rule is called as the Fleming's left hand rule. So using the left hand will determine the direction of the force. Okay, so these three fingers, the thumb, the first finger and the center finger, of which hand? Left hand. The thumb, the first finger and the center finger, or you may say the middle finger, or you may say the second finger, are stretched mutually perpendicular to each other. You can see that all the three fingers are mutually perpendicular to each other. Okay, then if we place it in such a way that the first finger is pointing along the direction of the magnetic field, the center finger is current, then the force experience will be given by the thumb. Okay, and this rule is called as the Fleming's left hand rule. So it states that if we stretch the first three fingers of the left hand mutually perpendicular to each other, Which three fingers? The thumb, the first finger and the center finger, or you may say the middle finger, mutually perpendicular to each other, and we have to point it in such a way that the first finger is pointing along the direction of the magnetic field, the center finger along the direction of the current, then the force experience will be given by thumb. Okay, so the thumb will give the direction of the force, and this rule is called as the Fleming's left hand rule. Okay, now like in the figure you can see here, this is the magnetic field upwards, current perpendicular to the plane of the board B to A, then the force experience will be towards left. Okay, this force experience will be towards left. So this Fleming's left hand rule gives the direction of the force experienced by the current carrying conductor, which is placed in a magnetic field. Okay, now let's read it. What is given in the book? Fleming's left hand rule. In activity 13.7, we considered the direction of the current and that of the magnetic field perpendicular to each other, and found that the force is perpendicular to both of them. The three directions can be illustrated through a simple rule called as Fleming's left hand rule. According to this rule, stretch the thumb, the forefinger and the middle finger. The forefinger is this one. Okay, the first finger, what we call it, this is the forefinger. Okay, the forefinger and the middle finger of your left hand such that they are mutually perpendicular. If the first finger points in the direction of the magnetic field, the second finger in the direction of the current, then the thumb will point in the direction of the motion or the force acting on the conductor. Okay, so this rule is called as the Fleming's left hand rule, which gives the direction of the force experienced by a current carrying conductor when it is placed in magnetic field. Devices that use current carrying conductors and magnetic fields. They include electric motor, electric generator, loudspeakers, microphones and measuring instruments. In the next few sections we shall study about the electric motors and generators. Okay, so this we have studied that a current carrying conductor, when it is placed in a magnetic field, it experiences a force. Okay, so write 2-3 questions. Write down. Give an activity. Give an activity to show that a current carrying conductor experiences a force when placed in magnetic field. Okay, so this activity along with the figure you will write down in your own words. Okay, and the activity given in your book is 13.7. Okay, so this is the activity, and whenever you give the activity you have to draw the figure also. Okay, so this is the activity which is determining how the force is experienced by a current carrying conductor. Write the next question. Write down. How can we change or how can we reverse the direction of the force? How can we reverse the direction of the force on a current carrying conductor placed in magnetic field? How can we reverse the direction of force in a current carrying conductor placed in magnetic field? Okay, so how can we reverse the direction of the force? Two methods. The first method is reversing the direction of the current. Okay, and the second method is reversing the direction of the magnetic field. Okay, so either if you reverse the direction of the current, then the force experienced will be in the opposite direction, or you reverse the direction of the magnetic field, then also the force experienced will be in the opposite direction. So these are the two methods. Write the next question. Write down what should be the direction or what should be the angle? What should be the angle between the current carrying conductor? What should be the angle between the current carrying conductor and the magnetic field? What should be the angle between the current carrying conductor and the magnetic field so that it experiences maximum force? So that it experiences maximum force. Okay, when does this current carrying conductor experience maximum force? Well, what should be the angle? The angle between the current carrying wire and the magnetic field should be 90 degree. That is, these two should be perpendicular to each other to get maximum force. Okay, because this force is also depending upon, is directly proportional to sine theta. And when is the value of sine theta maximum? When theta is equal to 90 degree. So the force will be maximum when the angle is 90 degree between them. Okay, if it is less than 90 degree, the force will be less. Okay, the force is also directly proportional to sine theta. Okay, so you can write down here also. Force is also directly proportional to sine theta. What is this theta? Theta is the angle between current carrying conductor and magnetic field. Okay, theta is the angle between current carrying conductor, current carrying wire and magnetic field. Okay, and we know that what is the maximum value of sine theta? It is 1. Okay, and when is 1? When theta is equal to 90 degrees. So this force will be maximum. Okay, if theta is equal to 0 degree, that is the current carrying conductor and the magnetic field both are in the same direction. Then theta is 0, sine 0 is 0, so no force it will experience. Okay, the force will be experienced only when it makes some angle, and this force will be maximum when theta is 90 degree. Okay, so write the next question. Okay, so what is the angle for maximum force? It should be 90 degree. Between which two? Between the current carrying conductor and the magnetic field. Write the next question. What are the factors? What are the factors on which the force on a current carrying conductor depend? What are the factors on which the force on a current carrying conductor placed in magnetic field? What are the factors on which the force on a current carrying conductor placed in magnetic field depend? Okay, what are the factors? Directly proportional to the current, directly proportional to the length of the conductor, directly proportional to the magnetic field, and is directly proportional to sine theta, where theta is the angle between current carrying conductor, that is I and V. Okay, and this force will be maximum when theta is 90 degree. Write the next question. Name the rule. Name and state the rule. Name and state the rule which gives the direction of force. Name and state the rule which gives the direction of force on a current carrying conductor, placed in magnetic field. Okay, name and state the rule on which the force on a current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field depend. Okay, what is the rule? It is Fleming's left hand rule. Okay, then you have to state the rule. Okay, if we stretch the first three fingers, that is the thumb, the forefinger and the middle finger of the left hand mutually perpendicular to each other, such that the forefinger is pointing along the direction of the magnetic field, the center finger along the direction of the current, then the force will be given by the thumb. Okay, so this is the Fleming's left hand rule. We have to name which rule, okay, and also state it. Okay, and what is the rule which gives the direction of the magnetic field? That is the right hand thumb rule, this rule, that gives the direction of the magnetic field lines. At any point you draw the tangent, it will give the direction of the magnetic field. Levin's left hand rule gives the direction of the force on a current carrying conductor which is placed in magnetic. Write one more question. Write down name some devices which use current carrying conductors and magnetic fields. Okay, what are the devices? Electric motor, generator, loudspeaker, microphones, measuring instruments, etc. Okay, so these are some of the devices. Okay, now there are a few questions. You will try it yourself. Then the portion left in this chapter is only electromagnetic induction and one of the device is generator or motor. Let's see. Okay, only one device is there. That's it. So we'll complete the chapter after the holidays. Okay, so enjoy the holidays and wishing you all a very happy new year. Thank you everyone.